everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm taking a look at the Star Wars Power of the Force Darth Vader with lightsaber. Now, as we know, Darth Vader made his first on-screen appearance in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. So, I want to jump right into the review today. This figure is in the 3 3/4 inch scale, but when a ruler is up to it, it's closer to 4 inches, which is nice. Darth Vader should be a big, tall guy, so I'm digging that. So, everybody should know the drill by now. We're going to take a quick look at the box, the mold, articulation, the paint, accessories, compare it to some other figures, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, having a quick look at the box, we have Star Wars, Power of the Force, Darth Vader image, really cool. Coming down, we have our figure, which looks great. I love the paint apps on here. Looking awesome, Darth Vader with lightsaber. And here we have our little flashback photo to Episode 1. They had tags down here, so we have Darth Vader, which looks to be from Return of the Jedi. But when we pull it down, oh, we have young Anakin Skywalker. Pretty neat. So now for the back of the box, we have a nice write-up, so let me get a close-up of that so you guys can read it. And here we have the write-up on the back of the box. If you would like to pause the video and read it, by all means, go right ahead and continue when you're done. And moving on, now this series was basically getting everybody hyped for Episode 1. So first we have our figures. I do have the Emperor. I don't have any of the others as of yet, but we'll get to the Emperor sooner or later. Down here, coming, summer 1999, to galaxies everywhere. Star Wars Episode 1. New characters, new vehicles, and new worlds. Oh boy, made by Kenner. Little asterisk there, because it's really by Hasbro. We have actual Hasbro tag right there, so, regardless, pretty cool box. So now let's take a look at the figure. Now let's get this video started by looking at the mold of Darth Vader. Like in all my reviews, I will go over all the major sections of the figure, and I will get nice and close to see all the fine details. So up first, we have Darth Vader's helmet, looking very nice. I love the detail on there. The rest of his armor and clothing look really good. Actually, it's very nice, and I love the gloves as well. On his chest, we have his life support chest control panel, or control box, if you will. Looking good. Then we have his belt. And I guess we could say, besides being a belt, it's also a control panel for the rest of the suit's functions, such as temperature. Coming down, we have his crotch armor. Legs and boots are molded very nice. On the bottom, we do have peg holes and copyright crap. And he does have a nice cape. Now, it is removable. And we will take a look at the cape in the accessories section. So let's get this out of the way. There we go. On the back of Darth Vader, he does have some more detail in. Pretty nice. And more soft rubbery materials for this cape down here. All in all, pretty nicely done. So now let's get a closer look. Alright, getting as close as I can, we'll begin looking at Darth Vader's helmet and just look at all that detailing. Everything's there that should be. Now, it doesn't look as smooth as I would like it to be, but it's got everything. His lenses, his little nose creases right there above my finger, the breathing apparatus, everything's there that should be. And it looks great in my opinion. Even underneath the neck, we do have some detailing, so that's awesome. Turning around to look at the top of his helmet. Very nice and glossy. Think they molded it well. A little lopsided here, but I bet if you heat it up, stretch it and cool it, be pretty good. All in all, a nice looking head. Coming down to his chest, we can see his robes. Nice wrinkles coming down to his belt. Magnificent stuff. That fabric continues to the back. Pretty cool. And then we have fabric going up his back in the center, leading to his armor, which is very glossy, very smooth. Turning it around, we can see the armor right here as well. In my opinion, it looks pretty good. Then we have his control panel right here for the life support. And I like what they did here. Not only did they paint it, but when you turn it, every single button here is raised. And I think they did a beautiful job here. Magnificent stuff. Coming down here, we can see some of his detailing for his suit. Pretty good. For his arms, we do have the shoulder armor right there. Looking good. Love the detail on that. Then we have the armor for his suit. And I like it. Looking good. Let me turn his arm here. Magnificent stuff. For his glove, I think they did a decent job. I love this design here. It reminds me of the 80s Dune movie. I don't know, I've been in the Dune lately. Maybe I'm weird, who knows. But the fingers are nicely done. We can see the fingers here. Pretty good grasp for the lightsaber. All in all, nicely done. Moving our way down to the other arm, it's basically similar. We have the shoulder armor, looking good. The fabric detailing, which looks amazing. Pretty good. We have the gloves. Again, looking good with the fingers. And then that detailing right here. Pretty sharp. Coming down to the belt now. And I think they did a great job here. We can see all the detailing. Let me move the arm so the light can do its job. We can see all the detailing here. And the paint just helps it out. Pretty nicely done. Then we have Darth Vader's crotch armor. Looking pretty good detail-wise. Then his legs, which look great with this nice checker pattern. Pretty cool. And each one of these pieces is raised. So that's a nice touch. Looking in, you can see his thighs. And it wraps all the way around. And now moving on, we have the boot, which looks very good in my opinion. Some nice molding, 2 buckles. Looking good. I like the recesses as well. On the back where the calf would be. Some straps and some folds. Great job there. We can see one little line raised on the back of the shoe. So that's kind of interesting. But besides that, well, I should say his boot, there's nothing really on there. It's basically flat. On the bottom, we do have a peg port and copyright crap on the bottom, as well as a nice little sole there. And we have our other foot as well. And you can see they both do have peg ports. Pretty nice, made in China. And before I move on, let's take a look at the rubbery material for the bottom of his robes. Nicely done. We do have some folds here and there. Not anything drastic, but enough. I think that they did a good job. Lifting his legs. Let's take a look. We can see some beautiful folds. Oh no, I think they did a decent job with that skirt piece. Nice. So that does it for the mold. I hope I covered everything. So now let's take a look at the articulation. And now looking at articulation, Darth Vader features 11 different points. His head can rotate all the way around. His arms are identical. They can both rotate all the way around. They have cuts at the bicep, which can rotate, and cuts on the wrist. So I like the articulation so far, very nice. Then he has 2 waist cuts. One right here, and one below the belt. So Darth Vader can spin like that, and also his legs can spin independently from that. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like 2 cuts together, sandwiched in between the belt. So, I don't know, kind of cool. Then for his legs, they can go that far forward, and going back, it is hindered by this cape right here, so that's as far as you could get it. All in all, not too bad. So that does it for the articulation on Darth Vader, so now let's check out the paint. And now checking out that paint scheme, Darth Vader features 7 different colors. We have glossy black for all his armored sections, such as his boots, his crotch, chest armor, shoulders, and his helmet. And you can see how the light just reflects off of that. Looking good. Second color is a nice matte black for the rest of his suit. And I think it goes quite well. I like it a lot, especially on the legs. Cool. Then moving on to his head, we have a nice dark maroon for where his eye lenses are. And that is a nice attention to detail. That's how it was in A New Hope, so I'm digging that. Then moving down, we have silver on his mask, on his control panel, and his belt, along with blue, red, and green. All in all, a nice paint job. So now, let's take a look at the accessories. And now for the first accessory, if you want to call it that, Darth Vader comes with a nice cape. It's a rubbery material. And it looks good. I love all the little folds here. Very nice. And it does form to the back of his neck. So let's see how this attaches. And just like that, Darth Vader has his cape and he looks great. And it holds on quite well, to be honest with you. Look at that, I'm shaking the hell out of it. Pretty nice. From the back. Cool, so let's move on. For the next accessory, he comes with his lightsaber, which, in my opinion, is molded very nicely. However, the paint is lacking, there's no silver, and it seems like they just had translucent red and just threw black on it. So I'm not too happy with that, but the mold is amazing. As we go down, we see that beautiful translucent red. Nice. And if you want to get the lightsaber in his hand, just slide it in like so, and just like that, you're good to go, and that looks awesome. And now for a little size comparison with the Power of the Force Darth Vader seen right here. On the left-hand side, we have the Power of the Force Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, and an Imperial Sand Trooper, and these all go great together. And we have the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Darth Vader from A New Hope. One of my favorite figures, looks great. And you can see on this one, it does have those maroon eyes as well. All in all, some great action figures here from the future, as well as the past. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Power of the Force Darth Vader with lightsaber. Now, is this the best Darth Vader action figure? Absolutely not. But you know what, for 1998, I think they didn't do a bad job. It has a great mold, decent paint, and it comes with the cape and a lightsaber, and I think everything works. As you can see, I have it in a nice pose right here, and it looks cool. So that's everything I have to say about this Darth Vader today. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, and if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.